जी बिल्कुल.
आप रोमांटिक एट हार्ट हो.
एब्सोल्युटली.
तो ये फिर ये सिंगल वाला सिंगल ही क्यों रह गया है?
क्योंकि मतलब मिल नहीं रहा है ना.
freedom, freedom garage.
When you see somebody who's sitting across you, he's 18 and he has a talent which runs of course in his genes, but he's only 18 and you realize that, you know, the new generation is so ready to take on whatever is being thrown at them. Maahi, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's incredible. You're so young. You know, I'll tell you why. You have a lot of young creators.
जी,
okay?
true.
लेकिन I feel कि music ऐसी चीज है that I feel you would have started in your papa's arms. Were you a prodigy music-wise बचपन में? This is, you know, any film family that comes in. Of course, Shaan is his papa. But he was also not somebody who's like, you know, hardcore into wanting to train the traditional way. So I want to ask you, were you somebody also, knowing that you have this family around you that does singing, was it a natural progression? And B, were you good as a baby?
No, I wasn't. The naturally talented one was my brother. He was probably like he would, as a kid, like dad would sing and he would pick up bum notes. Like, you know, like, Papa, this note not work. Me, I thought I was completely blank about 5 years ago also I probably would have struggled.
Yeah.
So, no, I was, you know, academically I was pretty good.
Yeah.
But singing wise as a kid, I was not. You know, I just didn't have that thing. But
Did you like it? But
yes,
Yeah?
I enjoyed
Okay,
it.
okay.
I loved it. But naturally didn't have that kick. So that's all through Riyyaz, anything right now. And you know, the good thing is though, I've been blessed with a clear texture.
correct.
So that's just sort of a lottery thing. You know, your voice is your voice. You sound.
और
the
आई
way
थिंक
you
तुम्हारी
sound.
आवाज डेवलप भी हो गई होगी 13-14 के बाद, जब लड़के की आवाज क्रैक हो जाती है एंड तुम बहुत टॉल भी हो,
जी.
तो मुझे लगता है कि वो भी तुम्हारा, आई थिंक तुम्हारी आवाज पिछले 4 साल में बहुत बदली है, राइट?
Yes, yeah. Thankfully, I've been blessed with some bass.
हाँ.
So that has some, you know, makes me sound a little sonically different to a lot of singers right now. So that's the blessing. Now it's on me to keep doing Riyyaz to make sure it's, you know,
बट यू नो
molded
दिस
well.
डूइंग रियाज इज अ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट प्रोसेस. वही है, तो होता है ना जैसे कि आप लगे हुए हैं नेट्स में क्रिकेट प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं
exactly.
और आपको श्योर नहीं होता है कि आपको इंडियन टीम में कॉल अप आएगा कि नहीं आएगा.
जी.
यू नो, एंड टुडे, पहले जब डिस्ट्रैक्शंस नहीं थी तो बहुत आसान था.
जी.
Today at 18, you know, you have one hit song and, you know, let's hope this song does become a super big hit. It's already hit, what, 70-80 million? I mean, 70-80 lakhs on the profile of Saregama, you know. So I look at it and I see, is it possible that you could be distracted and then say after, say, 6 months, यार पता नहीं मेरे को ये करना है कि नहीं, और या मतलब इस जोन में.
हाँ. Yeah, I think, you know, इस एज में क्या होता है कि our development is so much faster, right? The development from 16 to 18 is 10 times more than 26 to 28.
Correct.
The time span is still 2 years, but.
हाँ.
तो मेरे लिए, you know, I don't know what space I'll be operating in terms of music. I know music तो होगा, but maybe, you know, music will constantly evolve with, you know, age, the way, the spots I'm at life. And as for Riyyaz, you know, it's hard. Even, you know, especially as a kid, you know, at 9, it was like, I want to play with Legos. I just want to do that. So I've gotten some, but thankfully I've been blessed with my Guruji is the son of Ghulam Mustafa Khan Sahab, Alam sir. You know, every morning, literally, he's at home and we're doing Riyyaz. So for me, it's now.
But does it become routine?
habitual.
मैं बच्चों से भी पूछता हूँ जो maybe not prodigies, but जो कर रहे होते हैं,
जी.
क्या ये एक ऐसा रिचुअल बन जाता है जहाँ, जैसे मुझे सुबह उठना बड़ा पसंद है,
हाँ.
बहुत लोगों को पसंद नहीं है, लेकिन वो करने लग जाते हैं, बट वो काम कर रहे हैं.
जी.
आप काम नहीं कर रहे हो.
जी.
Do you treat this as work also?
No. मेरे लिए, I mean, it's always been a hobby. Like, मेरा एक issue है कि, you know, I don't stop singing a lot. You know, school में also I used to get into trouble. You know, test में I'm saying, I'm doing the test. So constantly वो urge था, you know, मुझे गाना है.
Correct.
So because of that, Riyyaz also, that became a sort of, you know, way to let loose and full do that. But at some point also मुझे गाने गाना है, you know, to sing sa re ga ma pa dha ni da pa ma ga re sa on like loop for an hour was really challenging. But
अच्छी ग्रेन है तुम्हारी आवाज में, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
बहुत अच्छी है.
Thank you.
And you, this is where I feel like I'm having deja vu moments also, because जिस तरह, you know, I guess it will happen. एक परछाई हो जाती when you see, you know, and I've known your father way beyond him just being a singer. I've seen him in social gatherings. He's a wonderful performer also. So I guess बच्चे के अंदर वो भी एक complex भी आ सकता है. You know, do I have to sort of measure myself up to Shaan, you know, whatever. But I don't think you come across like that. You come across as a breath of fresh air. As a performer also, there's no hangover, यार. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. Of course, you read the comments below and all. They'll say lovely things. But ये बहुत बढ़िया है. So is this a conscious attempt also when you say that, I don't want to see too much right now. I don't want to be too influenced. Even though बचपन से I have been influenced, maybe.
That does play on your mind. It's not कि, like dad is, no longer singing or no longer there.
Or he's become a chef.
Exactly, he's a chef or something. There is actually a chef Shaan. Very close to my house. Yeah, we went for dinner. I opened the menu. It said Chef Shaan. I said, kya chal raha hai? But going back to the
Your
point.
Your father has to copyright his name, yaar. ये गलत है.
But so because of that, there's I don't feel like I need to fill in his boots, right? His boots are filled with his feet.
Right.
So, and he's more than capable of filling it for years ahead. So, मेरे लिए, that gives me that freedom, कि I can have my own space. I can have my own sound, my own sort of sonic identity. And ये पहले गाना है. Right now there's no sonic identity. As more and more songs comes in, my goal is कि, you should be able to hear a song and say, अरे ये इसका गाना है. जैसे, you hear a lot of international artists. You hear the first 10 seconds of a track, you can hear, it's Justin Bieber का गाना है.
Correct.
So that's my long-term goal at the moment. Obviously, this is years ahead. अभी तो एक गाना है. So on that front, I'm happy because, I really wanted the first song to be personal in the sense that, you want to have your own sort of eggs in the basket at this point. You don't want to just be singing a song, company ने गाना दिया, okay मैं गाया and चले गया. I don't want that. So I was really grateful to be able to get super involved in this process. So yeah.
So how involved were you? मतलब ये भी musicians कई बार होते हैं अगर उनका launch हो रहा होता है. You got a big music label that knows what they're doing. Musicians ने सबको set कर दिया है. I mean, let's face it. तुम्हारा अच्छा launch है. तुमने जॉलन अच्छी बना रखी है अपनी. तुम अच्छा सा डांस कर लोगे. गुड लुकिंग वीडियो बना रहे हैं. वेरी नाइस वीडियो. जो एक पूरी फिल्म बनाई है बाय द वे. एक साइज प्रॉपर फिल्म होनी. So how involved should you become? You don't want people to say कि यार ये लड़का interfering हो रहा है.
जी, correct. That is a great question actually, and it's something I struggle with sometimes. Sometimes because I want to be involved, I have to consciously make sure I don't overstep. Because that can very easily happen. But mainly right now the priority is on the music. The focus also for me is on the music. See, we have amazing choreographer like Rajadev sir and Cookie Gulati sir to do the video. So I'm not qualified. मेरा कुछ zero training हो गया. So for me to step in on that front would be ludicrous, and I should be very swiftly removed. But for me, as for the music, we're working with the composer is Vasudev. He's a new composer. He's created an amazing tune. Still stuck in my head, and I've been hearing it for like a year. And the producer Kalki as well. He's been so involved in this entire process. We three of us wrote the lyric together. So for me,
don't just put that on the side. Three of us wrote the lyrics together.
जी.
तो मतलब बहुत बड़ी बात है. पहले गाने में तुमने अपने lyrics लिखे यार. Don't just ले ऐसे googly मत मारो. एकदम outside off stump proper walling करो इसमें. This is a big deal.
Yeah. So I was
final cut में भी आया है. ये भी और बड़ी deal है.
जी, I was quite, because I think that's important. We were trying to make that culture of Western wala pop star. They all write their own stuff.
बिल्कुल.
From a Ed Sheeran to a Justin Bieber to a Charlie Puth, they all have their own writing taste, the writing, language, correct, vibe.
और तुम्हें गाने में भी फिर ज़्यादा feel भी आएगी खुद के शब्द है.
I will say though कि Vasudev, a lot of it was just ideating, and he was really correct, penning it down and getting it done, while we were sort of just feeding him stuff. And कभी एक दो चांद है तू और बाकी सितारे quite proud of, because initially बाकी सितारे they're also stars, but नहीं, you look at the sky, सिर्फ चांद दिखता है. That was the thought.
These days, even people like Elon Musk.
जी.
आपने जो अभी बात बोली ना कि I don't know whether I'm qualified enough to be doing all this. The big Elon Musk, the biggest directors in the world have said, I think a lot of unlearning in the world is required. हम लोग ये बोलते आए हैं कि भाई एक्टिंग इस तरह ही होनी चाहिए, म्यूजिक इस तरह ही होने चाहिए, और पिछले 5 सालों में जो creators ने, independent artists like yourself, have changed the financial world in a huge way. Today financial influencers are there. And I really feel कि जो untarnished या बिना कोई ढांचे के अंदर बैठी हुई आपकी thought process है, वो आपको यूनिक बनाती है और वो आई थिंक नजरिया भी अलग देता है. बट आर द सीनियर्स रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट दिस चेंज ऑल द टाइम? बिकॉज पीपल से कि यार तुम्हारा तजुर्बा, नाउ एक्सपीरियंस डजंट रियली मैटर एनीमोर. योर व्यू पॉइंट कुड बी समथिंग ब्रांड न्यू यार, और वही शायद चल जाए.
ट्रू.
So was that also, you try not to set the line, but तुम्हें क्या लगता है कि our world of seniors today, in your house also, are they like, not bad, you know, like honestly listening to what you're saying
Yeah.
and then putting it into action?
Gee, I think, recently also been blessed to work with, obviously, Saregama.
Right.
Filled with, very, very senior executives. All of which have been very, understanding. And, they've been listening because, we're catering to a very young market.
Correct.
Right? There are obviously tons of young, people involved in this from all aspects. But also obviously the senior most will be, slightly older. So for them to constantly hear us and you say, chalo, it's a caption for a post. We said, no one writes this, man. What is this? They're like, okay, cool. Just write what you are. So then that understanding is definitely there. And I think, obviously this is my first time stepping into the corporate side of things.
Yeah.
And on that front, they've been very, very, understanding. And even at home, dad obviously he's been singing for forever. My grandfather was a singer, grandmother, great-grandfather, bua, everyone. And whoever's around.
And singing public eye par forever.
Yes.
घर पे तो सब singer थे.
Correct.
He's been singing public life forever.
So he's also been damn, really, open and understanding. Good thing is, my brother's also into music. And he's doing something in a completely different zone. This zone is something in the same world as, what dad has been doing. But, my brother's doing a lot of rap music.
Wow.
And he's doing, hip hop and different stuff. So he's, opened up that conversation, opened up that box at home where,
तो आप लोग ने कभी कोई घर पे has to have happened some kind of collabs, man.
Gee, very, very.
अच्छे वाले.
Very soon. I can't say much, but yeah, I'm just excited for the future.
अरे घर पे अगर रैपर है और ऐसा सुरीला आवाज हो जिसमें बेस हो तो बेस और रैप में मैच हो जाएगा.
हाँ जी, good thing is के लेकिन brother is the producer for the rap.
Okay.
I guess you're right. Actually, he does एक दो hooks पे.
Of course वो करेंगे.
Yeah, he's also
समझा रहा होगा वो रैपर्स को कैसे चाहिए.
Exactly.
I think eventually it's going to become a huge home scale production very soon also, that we'll see. But let's just talk about you first day out. It's barely been a couple of weeks or 10 days. I mean, there's got to be nerves. But are you checking comments first?
Yes.
Are you listening to music first? Because तुमने इतना सुन लिया है.
जी.
And तुम्हें अर्क कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है? इतना नेगेटिविटी था नहीं. और मैं तो ऑनेस्टली बोल दूंगा, अगर होता है क्या पता हटा भी दिया गया हो, sometimes it's a good thing. I feel that you should have a lot of positivity out there, but the first 15-20 nerve-wracking moments क्या थे वो जब तुम्हारा गाना रिलीज हुआ?
जी, so this process was very long, right? Because वो training चल रहा है अभी बहुत टाइम से, और specifically training for this song has been going on for years. Right? Like I've been, going to class, and I've just been preparing for the last 2 years. So when this day finally came, it was like, is it really here time? So for me, the nerves were sort of, I knew कि, friends and family will obviously be super receptive and be sweet and बताएंगे कि wow क्या अच्छा गाना है MAAHI, all this great stuff. But for me it was the public, because मैंने मतलब बहुत time से I've been putting out covers and reels पे छोटा मोटा डालता रहता हूँ, but I don't think that has ever sort of pierced into proper public eye.
Correct.
Right? That reels भी मतलब अपना community में circulate होता था. My friends and all would watch it, whatever, would get a couple thousand views, but nothing public eye scale.
Correct.
This is the first time probably something has going into public eye scale, which I know के जाएगा क्योंकि there's that much backing.
Yeah.
तो मेरे लिए that was the nerves. कि this is technically my first proper public sort of work. So comments, yeah, you don't want to, but the eyes stray there only. So are
you getting an ego boost at that time or no?
Sometimes, depending on the comment. Sometimes.
You're not 38.
But kabhi you get ye langur kaun hai, so then brings you back down to size. But I think it should be a healthy balance. If it was all just wah kya lagta hai, then I would also be like, hey, kya lagta hai? But kabhi that langur comment is important.
Yeah.
So I welcome those as well. Yeah.
Listen, moms are always the ones who can never say bad.
Ji.
But and your mother Radhika is very chilled.
Yes. Yeah.
But is she realistic with you? या वो बेटा है तो यार.
Good question.
है ना?
Yeah.
बेटा तो my wife.
I think so, because before the song came out, speaking with mom, and my brother also told me something like, are you prepared for anything this song can bring? It's not guaranteed anything. Nothing is guaranteed, especially in this space. This as well as anyone. nothing is for sure a hit. No matter how big you are, no
Correct,
matter who you are, no matter how good you are, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Are you prepared for that? I said, sach mein bataun? No. I'm not prepared. I don't know. It feels like I've been in a tunnel where this is the end of light. I can finally start my journey. Now the journey starts on a, maybe it didn't go as well as I thought. I don't know how I'd handle that. So mom has helped me understand that. Okay. Obviously it's too fresh right now to sort of get that. But she's been realistic with me. It may not work, it may work, but you have to understand it's your first song.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Correct.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
So stay here, understand that, you only have to keep improving and getting better. So that's right now where my head is at also. Okay, this is the start. There's so much more ahead. But right now, I'm focusing on this track. I'm trying to make sure this one goes well. And I put a lot into it, but I'll continue to put as much or more into every track.
Musicians के लिए always लोग बोलते हैं ना
जी
बड़ा रोमांटिक होते हैं
जी
है ना वैसे फील आती है
हाँ
तुम
जी।
खुद लिरिक्स भी लिखते हो
जी जी जी
सच है क्या
जी बिल्कुल
आप रोमांटिक एट हार्ट हो
एब्सोल्युटली
तो ये फिर ये सिंगल वाला सिंगल ही क्यों रह गया है
क्योंकि मतलब मिल नहीं रहा है ना अभी मतलब अब मतलब मम्मी कहती थी fall in love very easily obviously I don't even know कि love है या नहीं I'm all of 18 पर क्या मतलब sucker यार
तो तुम
सेकंड में पलट
तो ये वैलेंटाइंस डे अभी आ रहा है क्या यू आर द चॉकलेट्स एंड फ्लावर्स
जी जी फुल सब कुछ तैयार है पता नहीं किसको
बट यू लाइक दैट वुड यू सेरेनेड एक गिटार के साथ अच्छा वो आप अच्छा
पर जी या आई मीन आई थिंक म्यूजिक एज यू सेड म्यूजिक के लिए रोमांस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और जब बूथ में गा रहे हो एक मेंटल इमेज होना चाहिए
राइट
कि इसके लिए गा रहा हूँ
तो ये इमेज नॉर्मली कौन आती है
अभी कोई नहीं है
कोई हीरोइन तो आती होगी इफ यू हैव टू सिंग अ लव सॉन्ग पहली लव सॉन्ग अगर कोई फिल्म में किसी के लिए गाना हो किसके लिए गाना चाहोगे
अभी तो ऑन द स्पॉट यू
तो हीरोइन तो वही 20 हैं
एक नाम है पर
हाँ तो बोलिए
keep it to myself because I'll just दिल में मैनिफेस्ट कर रहा हूँ कि हो जाएगा then I'll come back on
दिल के अंदर मैनिफेस्टेशन नहीं है यहाँ पे 50 लाख लोग सुन रहे हैं ये मैनिफेस्टेशन बाहर चले जाए तो लोग भी सोचने लग जाएंगे
नहीं पर मैं
दीपिका कृति
wow I mean
आलिया
जी I mean to work with any of these people would be like step up really really high
अच्छा
तो someone yeah less senior to me in terms of stature
okay.
I mean yeah I mean they're all
Sarah
sure I mean you're really I mean again she's
it's a buffet service here for mine
नहीं no buffet service I mean मैं तो बाहर से देख रहा हूँ restaurant अभी
okay so there has to be always a एक ड्रीम होता है राइट हर एक परफॉर्मर का एक ड्रीम होता है चाहे आप एक बड़े स्टेज और कॉन्सर्ट में परफॉर्म करना चाहते हो या फिर कोई ऐसा कोई गाना या कुछ चीज ऐसा कोई मैनिफेस्टेशन है बचपन का जो आप चाहते हो
तो मेरे लिए इतने सारे फेस्टिवल्स है आजकल मुंबई में इंडिया में मुझे वहाँ तो ज़रूर ज़िंदगी में एक दो बार हेडलाइन करना है और इंटरनेशनल भी मेरा एक फेवरेट रेफरेंस है इंटरनेशनल पॉप स्टार के लिए दिलजीत दोसांझ जी
करेक्ट
इसमें कोचेला वाओ एन इंडियन आर्टिस्ट इन कोचेला इनक्रेडिबल तो मेरे लिए इंटरनेशनल प्रेजेंस भी अभी दूर की बात है
करेक्ट
पर
That's not really क्योंकि आप ऑनलाइन दिस सॉन्ग इज आउट ऑनलाइन राइट
जी
तो बहुत सारे इसमें इंटरनेशनल लोग भी है जो आपके इसको फॉलो करते हैं तो
जी
बिफोर यू से इट आल्सो ऑलरेडी आप इंटरनेशनल हो चुके हो
हाँ जी आई थिंक ये अच्छी चीज है इस जनरेशन का अदर देन द फैक्ट दैट वी हैव ग्रेट ऑटो ट्यून कंटेंट इज एक्सेसिबल फ्रॉम एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड
बिल्कुल
तो वो इट्स नॉट लाइक 70s में इट वाज मुश्किल एक गाना वहां पहुंचने के लिए इट वाज अ बिग थिंग
आपको फिजिकली वहां जाना पड़ता था
एग्जैक्टली आजकल तो एक बटन में हो जाता है राइट आई मीन इट्स ऑलरेडी एक्सेसिबल फ्रॉम देयर तो दैट ड्रीम इज अ लॉट मोर रियलिस्टिक फॉर दिस जनरेशन देन एनी अदर जनरेशन बिफोर
आई थिंक यू आर जस्ट इनक्रेडिबली चिल्ड आई थिंक तुम्हारी करियर बहुत ज्यादा इजीली जाने वाला है आधे से ज्यादा लोग जो है ना पहले से अपने लिए बहुत एक्सपेक्टेशन रख देते हैं फिर जब छोटी सी चीज हो जाती है तो अपने आप को ऑलरेडी एक हल्क होगन बना देते हैं और फिर बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है उनको हैंडल करना
करेक्ट
सो कंग्रेचुलेशंस ब्रदर
थैंक यू
एंड इट्स सो लवली टू सी यू हियर यू आर अ स्पिटिंग नॉट इमेज मैनरिज्म्स it was so difficult for me to if I shut that voice even the way you says suddenly तुम गाने लग जाते हो जिस तुम्हारी आवाज थोड़ी धीरे हो जाती है इट इज कार्बन कॉपी मतलब so you can replace your father in a lot of interviews. I can use that. Like that. जैसे
he
Paul
can
Walker
make
का
it
किया
as-
था Fast and Furious में.
हाँ.
You sound, you know, like the way. It's not like जिस तरह जो एक रेगुलर इंटरव्यूअर है उसको पता लग जाएगा अगर तुम्हारा नाम भी नहीं जाने कि ये तो यार एकदम ये वैसा है तुम्हारा
हरकतें
बहुत ज्यादा. But so wonderful. Congratulations on your new image.
Thank
and may
you.
you know, forge your own path.
Means the world. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be on Radio City and
Yeah.
so glad to have someone so close
you
to
can
home in front
also
of me.
call me uncle, actually, the way
I shouldn't.
we have just
I mean,
spoken. But much love to your parents also, because I think they are the most chilled. And may you also develop muscles like your papa,
Thank
who
you.
started very
And
late in his
you.
life. Yeah, but yeah, we all started later in life. You start early. And may your DMs be filled, and may you no longer be single for too long. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Like, share and subscribe to Match the City's vibe. Follow Radio City India.